Alright, back with another trade recap. Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. Brutal break even here. I actually went break even a little bit earlier, and I'll give my reasonings for that, of course. But man, you just can't have shit in these markets, can you, bro? Just can't have nothing, bro. Anyways, today was pretty obvious. Actually, before we go over that, we're gonna full port CPI. I bought my accounts and everything. Where is it? Right here. This was the CPI drop, bro. This was the fucking CPI drop that we had. Like, are we dead serious right now? What in the world is this shit? That was some bullshit. One of the worst CPIs I've ever seen in my life. So, now I actually have to trade these evals instead of full porting them like usual, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah. So let's go ahead and hit the replay mode. See what we're dealing with. I'm actually gonna go a little bit further back to around 9. There we go. Okay. What is this? Use the trade button. Don't need that. So coming into the day, if we start off on the hourly, we do have some pretty big high time frame SMTs. As you can see, untapped 4-hour relatively equal lows, not tapped by yes, but on NQ went well past that. We hit these generated equal lows right there. We hit this hourly, as you can see. We pretty much, we filled this hourly completely. We also filled, don't worry about this 4-hour down there. I just marked that just in case you wanted to come lower. But I wasn't really looking for anything lower to happen for before looking for longs, because we already had completely filled this 4-hour right there. So, and then one thing that kind of just solidified me not wanting to look for lower prices was that we're inside of this daily gap. Of course, we're at all-time highs. You can see this past couple of months we've been running up, right? Just running up. Just the end of March all the way into it's only been the first week of May. It's starting the second week now, but dude, we've just been running up like crazy. So I'm not even expecting shorts at all. I'm just really just trying to ride this long wave up. But with that being said, we do have an SMT. Do we have it at the okay? We don't even have a daily for a value gap, but if we go on the 4-hour, it'll probably be easier to see the SMT. So let me go ahead and get rid of this too. It's kind of in the way. And I need to move my phone because the shit's blowing up. Alright, here's that 4-hour, and then here's a 4-hour on ES. Wait. What? Hold on. I'm gonna have to bring both of these up like at the same time, because this is kind of getting I'm getting lost right now. Alright, let's see. Right here, 10 p.m. Why does it say 10 p.m.? What? Why does it say 10 p.m.? Tuesday. What the okay, this is not in replay mode. Guess we'll just do that. Hold on. I don't know why it didn't sync automatically. Alright, that should be good, right? Did this not? What the fuck, bro? Are you serious right now? This shit's getting annoying. All this just to show off an SMT. Are you serious, bro? Okay, well, this low here, 6 p.m. Sunday. It's Friday. 6 p.m. Sunday. So we do have the SMT here because here's 9 o'clock right there. So we're gonna mark it out here, but that's basically the SMT. It kind of looks a bit confusing. If we here, this looks better. There, SMT right there. I don't know why this thing is being so retarded and confusing for no fucking reason. Anyways, what else? Let's see anything else on the hourly. So we do have some untapped gaps. We have if we have this range here, let me make sure it's the exact range. All right, so we have untapped hourly up here, untapped hourly up here. We have an untapped hourly up here, but really just this is what I'm looking for. I like this target here because it aligns with the 50% mark of this range. Or was gonna say, as well as an untapped hourly, and then we do have London high as well. The indicator's off, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. So right there we have London high, and then we also have this low resistance right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that right there. So yeah, really I'm really fixated on this target. It looks just so good, bro. It's just for us not to hit. So very obvious bias here. We do have equal high, exact equal highs here, exact equal highs here, relatively equal highs there. Overall, just leaning bullish. And then before market open, I was willing to take a pre-market trade if we got it, of course. You know, pull back into this 5 minute. We also have 15 minute right there. So that's really, really what I was looking for. Now ES, let's see what ES had going. Yeah, we failed to hit this low here. Failed to hit this low here from Sunday. We did take out these, whatever you call it. They're not really equal lows. We already took it out here, but why is this saying, oh, that's London low. I'm so stupid. Oh, the brain fog is crazy. Anyways, boom, 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 boom. All right. So this is before market open. Let's see if anything happened on the 1 minute. You really don't get nothing. No delivery. Now this right here would have sucked. Okay, 9:30. We do edge this inverse right there on the 2 minute as well as the 3 minute. I think we even had a 5 minute. It's pretty tiny, but actually, yeah, I'm not even gonna count that. I don't even know. I can't even tell if it's a parabolic gap or not. But get a huge dump here. Now what I did like about this was we bounced out of this range here. Oh my goodness, bless me. Bounced out of OT of this range. Let's see what ES had going on. Pretty much the same situation here on ES. Now, whoa, hold on. I did not check CPI. Okay, CPI for ES went pretty crazy. INQ did not. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, that's that. So we can kind of look and see what we bounced out of. We do have this huge gap right there. I'm not sure why it's there. I don't see anything on the 1 minute. Or maybe it's, okay, so we opened here. We opened up here, and then we opened a candle down here. So this is a huge, what is this, a volume imbalance? Not too sure what that, if that is exactly a volume imbalance or not, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess this would be considered a BPR if that is a volume imbalance. But yeah, I was looking for this 1 minute. We didn't really get it. We kind of came down. Let's see if we got an SMT at that. So we did get a pretty massive SMT in the lower time frame, which actually looked pretty bearish to me. So once we came back up around here, I don't like this delivery. I will say that. This delivery does not look too good for me. Now, I do like that we have equal highs, exact equal highs here. Again, we have relatively equal highs right there, which is a perfect break-even point. We have equal highs. Those equal highs are, showed earlier. The untapped hourly, 50%, low resistance, all that intact. So really just looking for a long from here. The only thing I don't like is that ES is running lower, coming down closer to this Asia low, to this low right there. Just doesn't really look too bullish in my opinion. So this is why I just took this on eval today. Unfortunate that we hit the break-even point as soon as we got the entry, but if we got it before, I most likely probably would have taken it on live. But the fact that we already hit this break-even point up here, I just took this on eval. And once we hit these highs up here, I went break-even just because, like I said, ES looks pretty bearish, pretty bearish. And yeah, I mean, I just really don't like this. If we had more V-shape, I would have been much more confident, but end up getting break-even there. We run up to this hourly, hit the equal highs. We get really nice delivery here. Now here's what kind of tripped me out. All right, we hit London high. Okay, we edged. Well, for one, we fell short of the untapped hourly, which is also the end of that low resistance right there. So if I took this on live, I most likely would have got trode out in profit, but worst case would have gotten break even. But we literally came. How many points is this? I don't even think it's a single point. It's 0.25. It's literally one tick, man. We came one tick away from EQ of the range. I don't know why we didn't hit that. I really don't. But yeah, ES kind of gave a continuation short model. Let's see if there's any IFVGs. Yeah, we had huge displacement down there. So after that failed, pretty much not looking for longs anymore. I don't like anything that's going to be presented. I don't even want to look for shorts. Let's see. Maybe there was a... We got this 5 minute down here. We broke past this volume imbalance. Let me just be sure that we did break. Okay. By the time we got that, we already swept this low. And at this point in time, it would be best just wait for a continuation model, especially since we looked pretty bullish. I mean, the only thing I can possibly see us coming towards is this unfilled 4 hour down there, which is probably, I think it was also unfilled 15 minute. Let me check. Not unfilled, but we still have that 15 minute intermediate low, I guess you could call it. But yeah, man, shit got stopped. We inverse. Okay, we gave, like I said, I don't like any longs from here because this is essentially a data, not a data. What the hell am I saying, dude? My brain fog is crazy. This is a protected high, all right? We already swept London. We failed to hit the entirety of the low resistance. We failed to hit the hourly. We failed to hit 50%. But we did reject out of this hourly here, leaving this to be an equal, not an equal. See, dude, oh my gosh, I'm about to be done. I'm so done. As you can see, pretty big rejection right there. So looking for a re-entry towards that protected high is really stupid. We probably didn't even, yeah, we had a hard time frame for a leg gap, so that would have been nothing. That wouldn't even have been a setup right there, but that's a 2 minute BPR. I think we tapped into, yes, we did. 3 minute maybe. Yep, that seems to be it. And let's see what else we get. So we sweep that low out. We fail to hit the 4 hour. We chop up here. We get pretty, not decent. This is actually really ass, but we do get pushed back to the upside. Let's see. ES does take this low out. We start generating low resistance here on the higher time frame. I just noticed this. Let me see what it looks like on the 4 hour. So yeah, ES did inverse this 4 hour here. Didn't really notice that. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to ES. I mean, of course, whenever they're uncorrelated, I like to stay out of the markets, but other than that, I don't really look at what ES does. I'm really just focused on NQ. So I could see any kind of short playing out towards this 4 hour. So what I was looking out for was, this 5 minute to get hit and then a short from here, and I would have been open to taking it. Probably on evals, not lives. But yeah, we end up inversing the 5 minute, and I did not like that. Pretty clear to me that we're gonna have shit PA once we start giving a long. It fails, then we give a short. We don't even give a short. We give another long here. I don't know what's bad about this. Let me sit and think about it. We didn't really manipulate into anything crazy. We have a protected high. Price action's pretty dog shit. Just everything about this, I don't know. Just everything about this 5 minute long here screams just to not take it. So did not take that. Now, if we got a reaction out there and respected it, would have loved to take it, but fortunately did not. We did give a pretty clean model here. Now, I mean, it's just like I said, if we respected the 5 minute, I would have loved this, but the fact that we didn't, I did not like this. Break even, I think we had an unfilled 5 minute right there. Yep, unfilled 5 minute to go break even there. And this was pretty much a condition. I could see us, if we want to run higher, I doubt I would have taken a trade if we got it, but depending on how good the PA looked, might have taken a long. But yeah, once that 5 minute got inverse, I was pretty much done for the day. We ended up dumping, hitting full TP. Well, I didn't hit full TP, but this setup did here. Wow, man, I just don't know why we couldn't get this type of delivery up to here. Some bullshit. The one day we actually can take a long, market just wants to fucking dump, bro. Like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm seriously so done. I'm so done, but I'm gonna hop out of replay mode and just, let me see. This wasn't even a setup, so we can get that out of here. But the only thing I saw was 1 minute IFVG up here. Bounce out of OTE, volume imbalance. good delivery, I would say. We didn't have the best like initial delivery, but we did kind of bounce back with this. This looked really good. Great targets, I would say A+ targets. We're longing out all-time highs. We have a perfect SMT. We manipulated it into the perfect key levels. This was a really solid trade. I like this a lot. Now, once this failed, there's really nothing else to look for. We end up dumping lower. We fail to get a short. We actually inverse this to the upside, but we can tell not to take that. Like I already went over that. And after that, really just just nothing much. I didn't even see past 10:30. So let's see what we got. Yes, we got a 5-minute continuation short. Let me check that out here. Doesn't look to be any entry. Maybe there's a 30-second. Let's see. So we do get a 30-second here, but I don't know. There's just really nothing. You're in a huge 4-hour and a huge daily fair value gap, so there's nothing to look for here, in my opinion. Nothing A+. What the hell happened in the 4-hour? We did hit EQ. I think we actually hit. No, we hit OTE of this range eventually, and then now we're running up. So let's see. Anything else? We took out previous day or last week's running low. Wow, we held this massive 4-hour while also rejecting out of this more discounted 4-hour. This hourly looks dog shit. This daily looks like it's gonna be holding. We're probably gonna get more longs tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this setup. Like I said, really A+ model. Not mad at it at all, but this break even was fucking brutal. And I took this on the I purchased some alpha accounts, so I would have needed a 3R to pass, and I was really only looking for this. So I probably most likely for sure would have got stopped at break even. This is just so brutal, bro. So brutal. But yeah, that's gonna be it, and we'll see how the rest of this week treats us. So I'm out. Peace.